Hello everyone. Today we'll see one concept of tree data structure which is related with the general tree. First we'll see what is meant by general tree, then we'll see some terminologies related with the general tree, and then we'll see practical implementation of general tree in C++. So what is meant by a general tree? Tree is nothing but what? It is a collection of different nodes. In general tree, each node is going to contain 0 or more child nodes. There is always a root node at the top of the tree, and each and every node is connected by the edge. Here also in this example, if you are able to see, the root node is the data structure. It is having two child, linear and non-linear data structures. Again, the linear data structure, this node is going to contain four different children: array, stack, queue, and linked list. And for this non-linear data structure node, here two children are there, trees and the graph here. Now we'll see some terminologies related with the general tree. Node is nothing but what? It is an entry point in the tree, and it can contain any type of data. It may or may not have the child nodes. Here in this example, 1, 2, 3, these are nothing but the different nodes are there. Then root node is nothing but what? It is the topmost node or the first node in the tree, or we can say unique node in the tree from which the tree is going to start. So in our example, 1 is nothing but the root node, and it is also the parent node of the 2 and the 3 here. And nodes are connected by the different edges here. So here the edge is present between 1 to 2, edge is present between 1 to 3. Then what is meant by siblings? Siblings are nothing but the child nodes of the same parent. In our case, 2 and 3, these are the siblings which have the common parent, that is the 1. Leaf node. A leaf node is a node that does not have any child node in the tree. So in our case, 2 and 3, these are the leaf nodes because they are not going to contain any further child here. That's why we are calling 2 and 3 as a leaf node, or these leaf nodes are also called like the leaves, or also external nodes, or like the terminal nodes also. Then what is meant by a depth of a tree or a level of a tree? The number of links or edges from the root node to a selected node is called the depth of a selected node. In this example, the root is present at the level 0 or the depth 0. Child nodes of the root node are at the level 1. Grandchilds are at the level 2. And grandchilds are at the level 3 here. So the total level of the tree, or the maximum level in the tree, or the maximum depth of the tree is nothing but the 3 here. And height is again similar to the depth here. Height of a tree is equal to the maximum depth or level, or the number of edges from the root to the farthest leaf node. That is, in our case, here as the maximum level in the tree is 3, so we can say height of the tree is equal to 3. Now, based on this general tree, actually we want to implement this problem statement. We want to write a C++ program to read the details of a book which consists of chapters. Chapters consist of sections, and sections consist of subsections. We want to construct a tree and print the nodes. So with the help of a general tree concept, now we'll see how to implement this problem statement. So I have taken this example for our reference. The title is the root node. Then this title is going to contain 3 chapters, chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3. Chapter 1 is having 1 child, that is the section 1. Chapter 2 is having 2 children, section 1 and section 2. And chapter 3 is not going to contain any further child node. Here, for this chapter 2, the section 1 child is having again further 3 children, that is the subsection 1, subsection 2 and the subsection 3. So as here this section 1 child is going to contain more than 2 nodes here. So we can say this is the concept related with a general tree. So if we want to implement this, then we need a node structure like this way. In this, as we want to implement this problem statement related with this general tree, so here the Variables in the structure are, like I have taken here character array for containing for accepting the title of the book. Then I have taken here one more variable, that is the child count, because for each node we want to calculate here how many childs we are going to attach. And here the pointer array we have taken here, struct node pointer child of a 10. I have taken here random size like the 10 here, because here as we want to attach more than one children or the two children for each and every node. So here the pointer array is required. As it is not related with a binary tree, it is related with a general tree. So we need here a pointer array. So this is a node structure actually. Now, here I have written this code related with the creation of a general tree. In this code, first we are accepting the book name, that is the title from the user. This title is actually going to become the root node in the tree. Then we are accepting one value from the user, that is the child count. That means for this root node, how many child nodes we want to attach, that count we are accepting from the user. And depending on this count here, I'm executing this for loop here. So in this for loop, if you are able to see here, we are creating the root of child of I here. So this is nothing but what? We are creating the child node for the root node. We are allocating the memory for that. Then we are accepting the title for that child node. And for this child node, how many children we want to attach, that we are again accepting one choice here from the user. And depending on this choice here related with the section, we are running the second for loop, which is for attaching the sub childs for the child to the root node here. And that is nothing but the sections here. So for the section, again, we are going to allocate the memory. We are accepting the subsection count from the user. And depending on that here, we are running the next for loop, which is related with the subsection here. So only here, what we are doing here, first we are accepting the root data, that is the title name. For that title, how many sections we want to attach. For that sections, how many subsections we want to attach. Depending on that, only we have written here the for loops here. Now we'll see how it will execute. So I have highlighted here this box here. In this box, as we have created this root node and as we are accepting the count of the root childs of that root node. So if you are able to see here, the root node is created. And for that root node here, the count is accepted. That is, we want to attach here the 3 children here. Then depending on this, the second block here, it is going to execute. It is accepting the data for the chapter 1. For this chapter 1, I want to attach the section 1 here. So depending on this now, the second section for loop will execute here. For this section 1 here, now if we want to attach the subsection, that we can attach, but now in this case, I don't want to attach the subsection. So this third for loop will not execute here. Once again, it will go back. It will execute this first for loop, which is related with the chapter. It will accept the chapter data. Then it will accept the section count as we want to attach the 2 sections here. So again, this second J for loop will execute here. It will accept the section 1. Then for this section 1, as we want to attach the 3 subsections here. So now this K for loop will execute here. This highlighted box will execute here. It will accept the subsection data from the user. That is the subsection 1, then the subsection 2, and then the subsection 3 here. So whenever this execution will over, it will go back again for the chapter 2. Now it will accept the section 2 data from the user. For this section 2, as we don't want to attach any subsection, so the subsection count is the 0. So here null is displayed. After this, it will again go back here for the chapter 3. For this chapter 3, section count is the 0. We are accepting from the user. So it is not going to attach any further child here. So in this way, this code is actually going to execute and the tree will be created like this way. So this is the create function of a general tree. Now we'll see how to display it. Display is again very simple. Just by using DFS technique, we have to display this tree here. The same for loops I have written once again here. In create function, we were accepting the data from the user inside these for loops. But now as we want to display the tree here, so only cout instructions you will see inside these for loops here. The chapter count, section count, subsection count, and depending on this, we are executing these for loops and we are going to display this tree here. So see here how it will execute here. It will start from this title, then the chapter 1 will be displayed here. For the chapter 1, the section 1 is there, so it will be displayed here. Now it will go back, it will display the chapter 2. So chapter 2 is displayed here. For the chapter 2, now it will go back, it will come at the section 1. So the section 1 is displayed. For the section 1, 3 subsections are there. So now it will display these 3 subsections. Subsection 1, subsection 2, subsection 3. After this, now it will go back for the chapter 2 again, and it will go to the section 2. So the section 2 is displayed here. Then it will go back for the chapter 3. It will display the chapter 3, and we'll see the output like title, chapter 1, section 1, chapter 2, section 1, 3 subsections, then the section 2, and then the chapter 3. So in this way, we have to display the output of the general tree. So hope by this animation you have understood the concept of the general tree and the program related with the general tree. So thank you very much for watching this video.